Hello there, Mr. Mash here. Today we are going to look at elasticities, focusing on cross elasticity of demand and income elasticity of demand. I hope you enjoy this session. So this section is an extension of the price elasticity of demand. If you haven't done that section, please go and take a look at it before you come here. All right. I'm going to use EX to represent the cross elasticity of demand. And by definition, the cross elasticity of demand, this is a measure of the sensitivity of the quantity demanded of one product in response to the price of another product. So in this instance, we are looking at how two products are related. Hence, you're going to have, for instance, apples and bananas, fruits. So you look at how sensitive the demand for apples is to changes in the price of bananas. So, hence, the formula is the percentage change in quantity demanded for apples over the percentage change in the price of bananas. So it can be any two products. Percentage change of products in quantity of product A over percentage change in the price of product B. All right. This formula is very similar to the one we saw when we looked at price elasticity of demand. The only difference is that for price elasticity of demand, it was one specific product, hence there was just quantity over price. In this instance, it's quantity of A over price of B. Without the percentages, we can write this formula as the change in quantity for the apples over the change in the price for bananas. We multiply by the original price of bananas, we divide by the original quantity of apples. So, like I said, I prefer using this formula, but you will use the formula that you are comfortable with. When calculating the cross elasticity of demand, the sign is very important. The sign is very important. You do not ignore the negative sign. So you calculate the cross elasticity of demand and you get a negative cross elasticity of demand, which means you get a value that is less than 0. What this means is the two products are complements. The two products are complements. Complements are products where you need one for you to be able to use another. These things are used together. Perfect complements are usually given as your left shoe and your right shoe. For you to be able to walk around with your left shoe, it has to be complemented by the right shoe. All right. But let's look at a simple example. Let's say coffee. Let's say coffee and milk. Now, these two are complements. You use milk in coffee. All right. You use milk in coffee. If the price of coffee goes up, because people are going to buy less coffee, when price goes up from the law of demand, when the price of coffee goes up, the quantity demanded of coffee is going to go down. Hence, people are going to be buying less milk. Hence, the demand for milk is going to go down. Hence, we have this negative relationship where when the price is going up, the demand is going down. We have a negative relationship between the price of coffee and the demand for milk, which gives us a negative cross elasticity of demand. If your cross elasticity of demand is a positive, which means it's greater than 0, this means you're dealing with substitutes. You're dealing with substitutes. An example of substitutes would be butter and margarine. Butter and margarine. You see, these substitutes are products where you can use one instead of the other. In this instance, if the price of butter goes up, what it means is that the quantity demanded for butter is going to go down from the law of demand. And hence, people are going to buy more margarine. Hence, the demand for margarine is going to go up. You see, there's this positive relationship where the price of butter is going up, the demand for margarine also goes up. All right. If your cross elasticity of demand is equal to 0, those products are not related. When the cross elasticity of demand is 0, those products are not related. Right. Let's do this example here. You have two products, butter and margarine. The price of butter changes from 100 to 110. And the quantity of butter, because of this changes from 500 to 450. The quantity of margarine changes from 1000 to 1400. Right. Now, if they say calculate the cross elasticity of demand for butter and margarine, you want to calculate the cross elasticity of demand for butter and margarine, you only take this column, the price of butter, and the quantity of margarine. If you take the quantity of butter, it becomes the price elasticity of demand for butter. It's no longer a cross elasticity. But for the cross elasticity is equal to the percentage change in the quantity of margarine. We divide that by the percentage change in the price of butter, and then I will use this one where I take the change in the quantity of margarine over the change in the price of butter times the original price of butter over the original quantity of margarine. All right, so we are going to quickly, you can pause the video, try it by yourself, either use this formula, which is perfectly fine, or use this one which I'm using, which is perfectly fine. Pause the video, and when you are done, restart the video and continue. All right, let me quickly do this. So the cross elasticity between the butter and margarine, the change in the quantity of margarine is 1400. You start with the new one, you subtract the old one, which is 1000. Then you divide by the change in the price of the butter, which is 110 minus 100. Then you multiply by the original price of margarine, which was 100, divide by the original quantity of butter, which was 1000. All right. Yeah, these zeros can cancel out, and then you're going to end up having, if you solve this, you have 400 over 100, and then for yes, which is equal to plus 4. Your answer is plus 4, and this is quite big for an elasticity. What type of products are these? Because it's a positive, they are substitutes. And because this is actually greater than 1, it means they are highly elastic. So they are very related, butter and margarine, according to this example. All right. So butter and margarine are substitutes. The answer we got in this instance was plus 4. Let's look at the income elasticity of demand. So with the income elasticity of demand, I am going to use Y to represent income. So I'm going to use EY. The Y is the standard notation for income in economics, because I is used for other things like interest and investments. So the income elasticity of demand is a measure of the sensitivity of quantity demanded to changes in income, ceteris paribus. The formula is the same. It looks the same. So these formulas, they don't change much. It's still the percentage change in the quantity demanded. We divide this by the percentage change. Instead of price now, it's just income, Y, which we can now write as change in quantity over change in income multiplied by the original income over the original quantity. This is the income elasticity of demand. And again, the sign here is very important. The sign here is very important. If your income elasticity of demand is negative, which means less than 0, you are dealing with inferior goods. You're dealing with inferior goods. And so inferior goods are goods that when income goes up, the demand is going to go down. A special type of inferior goods are called Giffen goods. It's a study by, say, Robert Giffen in Ireland, where he noticed the consumption of potatoes. When people had higher incomes, they consumed less potatoes. And when they had lower incomes, they consumed more potatoes. That's inferior goods. Check them out. And then if the income elasticity of demand is a positive, which means greater than 0, these goods are normal goods. These goods are normal goods. If it's greater than 0, and also the income elasticity now is greater than 1, these are luxuries. But if the income elasticity is greater than 0 but less than 1, these are necessities. So you must know the distinction. Greater than 1, it's normal, but the normal can either be luxury if they are highly elastic, or necessities if they are inelastic. All right. So let's look at this example where you have your income, which is 2,600, and then it changes. People get more money, 2,750. The quantity initially was 10,500, and then it goes down to 9,800. All right. To calculate the income elasticity of demand here, I'm going to take this second formula, which is one I prefer, but you can use this. Pause the video. If you like this formula, use this one. If you prefer this, try this, and then restart the video when you're done. So it's change in quantity over change in income multiplied by original income over original quantity, which is equal to, we subtract now the quantity. We are subtracting 9,800 minus 10,500. We get minus 700. The income is 2,750 minus 2,600. We get 150. Then we multiply by the original values. The original income is 2,600, and the original quantity is 10,500. All right. So put these numbers into your calculator. You should get an answer of minus 1,16, making this product inferior. This product is an inferior good. All right. Because the answer is a negative. Just another, let's assume that they throw a curveball at you and say use the formula of averages, or the ARC formula. They say use the ARC, income elasticity of demand, or the average income elasticity of demand. Remember this. What you simply do is you still take the change in quantity over the change in income, but you multiply by the sum of income. I used Y bar for the sum, and Q bar for the sum of income and quantity, which is basically, let me rewrite everything so that you don't get confused. Change in Y over times Y1 plus Y2 over Q1 plus Q2. Okay, these are averages, but we said the 2's cancel out, and hence we can ignore the 2's. So when we solve this, the changes we already calculated them. Quantity 9,800 minus 10,500, it's minus 700. Income, it's 150. 2,750 minus 2,600, it's 150. Then the sum of income, 2,750 plus 2,600. If we add these two, we must get 5,350. Then if we add the quantity 10,500 plus 9,800, we must get a quantity of 20,300. Put these numbers in your calculator. If you put these numbers in your calculator, This you can cancel that to make it easier for you. You must get an income elasticity of demand of minus 1.23. So this is the arc income elasticity of demand, or using the formula of averages. You see these numbers are very close to each other. These numbers will be different most of the time, but they'll be very close. They'll be very close to each other. And usually you're going to come to the same conclusion. Like in this instance, this product is inferior. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this session. I'm going to do another session on practice exercises for all of these elasticities, in another session just for the theory, to just drill in the theory. But for now, Mr. Mesh is out. I hope you guys enjoy your day. Cheers.